Jack Frost Design, a digital agency, Microsoft partner, and developer of over 75 SharePoint portals and intranets since 2003, proudly presents How to Improve SharePoint Adoption by Automating SharePoint Training and Support. As you probably know, SharePoint is the leading platform for intranets, extranets, records management systems, and workflow automation. What you may not know is that unfortunately most SharePoint projects are initially unsuccessful. However, everyone knows SharePoint isn't the problem, because less than 1% switch to another platform. So what does cause most SharePoint project failures? Well, according to 46% of employees, it's poor training. So what's the typical training model? Well, it's instructor-led face-to-face training that takes the form of a 2 or a 3-day boot camp. And this training is expensive, averaging well over $500 per person, even when purchased in bulk. If you have a large number of people to train, say 200, that's going to come to almost $140,000. To train 500 people, you're at $350,000. Well, that's ridiculous, and so no one does it. What they do instead is train a small percentage of their employees and then require that they train their peers in a model that's come to be known as train the trainer. If train the trainer is the model most organizations are using, why are so many SharePoint projects failing to be adopted, and why are the employees blaming a lack of training? Well, it's because train the trainer doesn't work, and here's why. First, you can't actually learn SharePoint in a 2-day boot camp. This is the scope of SharePoint end-user training, and it's all important, but it's enormous. It's like trying to learn French in 2 days. You can't do it. The second problem is retention. For those returning from the boot camp, they better start training their peers immediately, because statistically, they're going to forget as much as 90% of that training after 1 month. The third issue is the time required for the trainer. Are they actually going to orchestrate a series of classes? And how much time are they going to devote to answering end-user questions on a going-forward basis? Senior management is left dealing with the results. Poor utilization of an expensive SharePoint environment. Poor training is the reason. Thousands of dollars were wasted on train the trainer, and the SharePoint help desk costs are skyrocketing. Jack Frost Design was involved in the very same situation. We were supporting many of the portals and intranets we built for our clients. We were using the train the trainer model, and it wasn't working for us either. We needed a much better solution for training and support. When we undertook the project to develop a solution, we clearly defined its core requirements. We couldn't compromise on the training curriculum. SharePoint is what SharePoint is. We needed to attack the problem of retention. The cost had to be low enough for all of the employees to be trained, and the support costs needed to be tamed by providing low-cost, instant answers to all common questions. The solution we came up with was to use SharePoint to support itself. We created a subsite to deliver SharePoint training and support on demand, automatically. We created a complete SharePoint end-user curriculum as a series of short 5-minute videos. The videos are organized by permission level, visitors, contributors, and site owners, so that individuals only had to learn what their level of permission required. To maximize the effectiveness of the curriculum, each segment was professionally scripted and storyboarded. To provide real-world context for the training, a complete intranet for a fictitious company was created and populated, providing relatable situations for each segment. The videos themselves were produced in 720p video so that they could be watched side by side with SharePoint in a browser, fostering a learning while doing experience. The videos were then loaded into the site's media library, where comprehensive keyword tags were added. The result was a site that provided and orchestrated a complete end-user curriculum as a sequence of videos. The site tracks the videos you've seen, so you can start and stop the training as your own schedule allows. Watched in sequence, it's a complete SharePoint end-user curriculum. Just as importantly, and to address the issue of retention, as time passes and people forget some of the details of the training, all they need to do is to search on a specific topic, and they will be provided a link to the segment they need to review. So the system provides both a complete educational training curriculum as well as an ongoing technical support function when needed. Deployed into pre-existing intranets and extranets, it's designed to automatically take on the appearance of your SharePoint environment. Because it's lodged in a dedicated site in the site collection, it was enhanced with additional support functions. A discussion board for peer-to-peer support, an evaluations list to grade the environment, a video request list to manage future expansion of the library, and a governance and training materials library to store reference documents. The resulting solution is more effective because all employees are trained. It's less expensive than the Train the Trainer, averaging about $10 per employee no matter how many times they watch it. And it's a retained asset. You own it, so there's no additional cost as you add new employees. It's incredibly convenient being available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, allowing employees to work it into their availability a few segments at a time. It also measures participation, so a user knows exactly where they left off, and a manager is able to gauge an individual's level of training. And thus was born the IAssist SharePoint training and support site by Jack Frost Design. That was 9 years ago. In that time, thousands and thousands of end users have been trained in SharePoint via the IAssist SharePoint training and support site. Customers have included the California Department of Social Services, the California Department of Business Oversight, the California Faculty Association, the Monterey Bay Aquarium, to name just a few. As the popularity of the IAssist support site has grown, so has its flexibility. It easily allows you to add your own custom videos. Some clients have requested additional language audio tracks. We've also re-recorded the videos in client environments, modifying the scripts to demonstrate their procedures and emphasize their organization's intranet governance. If you're interested in ensuring the success of your intranet and saving money, ask for a demonstration of the IAssist training and support site. You won't be disappointed, and your satisfaction is always guaranteed.